Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Harry's HIIT. Today, we have a fun workout. Welcome back, hopefully. Sorry I have been away. I took a little holiday. If you noticed, I have a tan. I was out surfing in Mexico. So, glad to be back. Glad to be training again. And stoked that you guys are here. Do me a favor. If you have a friend that might be interested in this class, shoot them the link whenever you can. I will try to be doing this class every Thursday this year, as many Thursdays as possible. Obviously, we all don't bat 1,000, but we do what we can. So basically how this class works is we're gonna do a warm-up sequence, a workout sequence, a core sequence, and then a cool down sequence. It's best that you stay for the whole thing, but if you're at home and you only wanna stay for part of it, that's totally understandable that you only stay for part of it. I will say that the warm-ups are probably one of the most important things. So if you just want something super chill, super easy, it's not workout time for you, you just want to get your body moving, stick around for the warm-up sequence. Otherwise, stick around for the whole thing, and I look forward to getting feedback from you guys. Drop a comment, give me a like when you can. Yeah, I'm doing that. Give me a like when you can, and just shoot me a message with your sweaty photo, or just kind of give me the feedback of how you're enjoying these classes. I got a message yesterday from somebody, and it was really just like a great thing to be, oh, okay, I'm gonna make sure I do class tomorrow, kind of thing. It just kind of motivates me to be like, all right, sweet, people are enjoying the class. Like that kind of encourages me to do this kind of class. So if you drop me a comment and be like, hey, I really enjoyed the class today, or hey, can you do these more in class, I'd be like, okay, cool. Let's see what we can do with these. All right. So let's start off today right with our warm-up sequence. We all love the warm-up sequence, which you want to start with neck rolls. Okay. Probably the most neglected warm-up is our neck. No, probably the whole body. Let's get those necks just kind of warm. How does it feel? Did someone switch a pillow with you last night and then changed how your neck is today? I don't know. It could be possible. I'm talking about Andrea, who's working out right here. Okay. Now that your neck is got a little bit of movement to it, let's go with our shoulders. Shoulders up and roll back. And bring it back around. Big circles like so. Yeah. Shoulders up, roll back, bring it back around. Shoulders up, roll back, bring it back around. Really important to get your full range as much as possible. If you have a mirror, this is a really good one to look in the mirror and go, hey, am I able to go all the way forward, all the way back, and all the way up? Let's see how that goes. One at a time. Really just get that shoulder nice and rolled, change directions. This could be a little dance move too, in a club. Right, it's fun. All right, reach both arms up to the sky, now, I want you to try this when you're doing these. In the past, I've not cued this, but I think this will really help people with their shoulder mobility. As you reach your arms up to the sky, try to get your ribs and turn your ribs down, and then just move your arms. You notice when you turn your ribs down, you don't have as much range, but that's okay. We're trying to increase the shoulder range and not increase your thoracic range. So lock those ribs down and big circles here. And change directions. The big key with that is to make sure that we're getting that range. We're trying to isolate the range of motion in your shoulders. It's the most complex joint in your body, and we really want to make sure that it has as much range as possible. Same thing with your ribs here. Roll those ribs down here. Reach that one arm up and back. I've been trying to work on my handstand, and one of the main exercises for handstand is tucking those ribs in. And if you guys have seen photos of my handstand in the past, it's very banana shaped. But how do you get your handstand to not be banana shaped? Well, you tuck your ribs in, and then that is one of the first cues that you're gonna get. So getting that shoulder mobility has a lot having to do with not just opening up your chest right here, tuck that rib in and reach back. Change directions. You might hear me say, tuck your ribs in a lot today, because it is a really good cue. You know, it's one of those cues that allows for your whole core to work. All right, let's go elbows. Elbows up to the sky. Get some circles here. Change directions. Great track. Nice. Let's grab those thumbs and reach back behind you and around. This should really get your elbow joint kind of and forearms a little bit. If you don't feel this, it's probably because you're super flexible on your forearm and your elbow joint. That's okay. It's still a good warm-up, trying to change the directions. Nice. And let's paint the wall up to the sky and back down. Wax on, wax off. Really lead with your wrist here. We want to increase the wrist mobility and not try to just flick your hands. This is the very big difference between pushing your wrist up, wrist down, and then flicking your hands. Let's see if we can do a circle here. Nice. Change directions. Now let's go with our thumbs. So we're going circles with our thumbs. It kind of looks a little bit like this. Isolate, the thumbs are the easiest one, right? It's a lot easier to do the thumb, index finger, and then your ring finger. And then when you get to your, index finger and middle finger, when you get to your ring finger, that's when it's really difficult to isolate. Try to get that isolation, really focus on, okay, now when I get to my pinky, like, okay, my ring finger's moving. Try to make it move as little as possible and try to get as much circle as possible. As you do this, and as you do this repeatedly, you get more and more range in each of your digits. And each digit becomes a lot more stronger, not more stronger. And that's really what you want with this. Now let's jellyfish open, like so, nice. Really, when you're doing the jellyfish, it's really important that you have that full extension and shake out your hands, and then let's go the other way. Kind of pretend like you have like something that you're grabbing onto and you're squeezing, something like gratifying, like a putty of some sort. Really squeeze. Get those fingers nice and warmed up. We do have hangs today, so today we're going to do our Tabata. So I want to make sure that our body's nice and warm. Thoracic spine. Now, don't not move your thoracic spine. We're gonna move our thoracic spine. We're gonna round our thoracic spine as if someone just punched us in our chest. Reach those arms out in front of you. Feel between your shoulder blades here and reach out, reach out. Now grab back behind you and reach up to the sky. As you press your chest up to the sky, you can feel your ribs open up right here. That's okay for your ribs to open up in the thoracic mobilizations. That's what we want here. We want to increase that range in your thoracic spine here. Exhale. And exhale again. I like a double exhale on these because when you're pushing your air out, I feel like it sometimes, every once in a while when I'm doing these and I exhale, I get a little pop, a little adjustment. Last one. Round that thoracic spine, really get between those shoulder blades, and then grab back behind you and exhale. All right, let's do a little wiggle right here. Just try to get that low back nice and open. Oh yeah, change direction. Woo! Oh. Okay, so we're gonna touch our forearms to our thighs and do a big circle. Forearm to thigh, big circle around. When you're doing these, really try and focus on getting your low back nice and open and reach back, reach back. Oh yeah. Change directions. Big circles. All right. How's your low back feel? How's your body feel? Let's give those hips a little wiggle. Depending on what your music is, your music choice is, feel free to give yourself those hip wiggles and to the music if you can. All right. Now we're gonna go front to back leg swing. Swing that leg out in front of you. Kick that leg out. Side to side. Front to back. Side to side. Reach up to the side. Open up those hips. Really get those hips nice and open. All right. Knee circles right here. Do that old man, old lady in the park about to do their Tai Chi, or this is their whole warm-up. This one and this one are my favorite in the park. Just get that blood flowing. Ankle rolls. How are those ankles? Oof. Don't neglect the ankles. Get big circles. Really try to isolate. A lot of times what I see happen when people do their ankles, they just do this. They're not like, put some feeling into it. Really get into it. Just really big circle. Big circle. Change directions. Okay, let's do our four corner drill. You can either grab your foot or not grab your foot when you're doing your four corner drill. Both are totally okay. Grab your foot, reach that foot out in front of you, or just hold that foot out and reach it out. Both are totally fine. I sometimes like to grab with both feet just to see where I'm at in time and space. Now, let's go to the side. You can either, ooh, hi, good morning, balance. You can either grab your foot or not grab your foot as well. Breathe into it. If you're grabbing your foot, see if you can drop your hip in. And then grab back behind you. Reach back behind you. Press that back foot as you reach the arm out in front of you. Breathe into it. And then bring it back around. Come up into our half lotus, or you can come into tree. If you're doing tree, above or below the knee, not on your knee. If you're going into half lotus, see if you can grab your foot, go into half lotus, and then come back around and grab your elbow. Take some breaths right here. Very nice. Shake it out. Shake out those legs. Left side, grab that foot, kick that leg out, or just kick that leg out. Totally fine. You want to do that grab, you can. And bring it back in to the side. Ooh, feeling that hamstring on this one. Drop that hip, nice, and then bring it back around. Kick that leg out, reach that arm up, open up those hips. Breathe into it. And then bring it around. Come into our half lotus or your tree pose, either's fine. Just trying to get that body balanced. Take those deep breaths. Unwind. All right, so how we're gonna do today for our actual workout portion is our 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, or a Tabata, okay? So we have 8 rounds. We're gonna alternate some exercises in our Tabata so that you have different ones. Or first, I'll explain each exercise right before you do them. So our first exercise, surprise, surprise, is a burpee. However, I have a twist today. So instead of doing your burpee where you just come all the way up, I want to do a burpee with a lunge. So you're going to go right from the squat into the lunge. How it's going to look like is you're going to squat, drop your feet down, drop your hands down, pop back in to our plank position. Then you're going to come into your lunge and then right into a lunge. Back down, back, forward. Alternating your legs. Right? So we're just alternating legs as we're coming in. If you do not want to do a full, like you can go one leg back at a time too, doing a modified burpee where you're going here. That's also okay. This totally acceptable if you don't want to do the hop. I love doing the hop, so I'm going to do the hop. Hopefully the hop will be a good example for you. From there, you're going to alternate that with our bridge with toe touch. So we're just trying to kick our foot up and touch and match and balance using our core. Those are our two that we're alternating on this round. Okay? All right, here we go. Burpee lunge first. Huh, interesting. Aha. Burpee lunge, here we go. Finish the round when you're doing it. You got that rest, dropping it down, touch those toes to opposite. You're gonna be stoked you had these ones and not burpees all the way through. And time. That's one down. Here we go. Burpees. Dropping it in. And woo! Feeling already. Time. Dropping it back down. Here we go. Pressing through and kick and go. All right, halfway. Here we go. Burpees again. And go. Whew. Here we go. Let's move quick. Last round of burpees, here we go. Make it count. remember which foot you left off on and try to go with that foot. So if you finish off with your right, go with your left. And time, last one, here we go. Toe touches. Hips up to the sky. And go. Exhale as you touch. The straighter your legs, the better. This last round, make it count. Earn that rest. You got a minute rest coming. And time. Okay, exercise number 2, pretty plain and simple. We've done it many times in the past. We're gonna go side lunge to hip flexion. Side lunge, hip flexion. Just right here. 20 seconds on the right side, 20 seconds on the left side. Focus on sitting your right butt cheek or your left butt cheek, depending on which side you're going on, as if like you're trying to get that seated. Just one butt cheek on a chair, pressing through the heel and the toe. More heel than toe. Whew. Good work, guys. Doing so good. Morning, Lynn. Sorry, I'm just reading these messages now. I will get to them at breaks, so if you type something in, I might say, hi, back to you. It just will be a really delayed response. It's the internet after all. Okay, so 5 seconds left. Side lunge first, right side. Here we go. Hands can go right here in fighter position like that I have them. Hands can go on your hips like so, or hands can come up top. Do not interlace your fingers because we want your neck to do some work and not to push your neck forward when you're doing these. Switch sides. Keep count. How many did you do on that one? Right? Try to do that same amount each time you're doing these. And time. Whew. Shake it out, right side. Did 10 each side. See if I can match it this time. And time. Yeah, baby. Here we go. Other side, left side. Almost halfway. How's that booty? You feeling that booty? And I don't mean the R. Kelly song, I mean, are you feeling your booty? Hamstrings and booty are really getting it here. And time. Whew, 10 each time. Keeping up that pace. If you do 8, great. If you do 6, great. Whatever it is, try to keep the same pace. Whew. Man, my hamstrings are like, you haven't been doing this exercise at all. What are you doing? Feeling the muscles break down in my butt and hamstrings. It's good. It's good for you. Woo, almost didn't make that 10th one. Here we go, shake out that leg. Left side, here we go. Woo, man, I'm gonna feel it tomorrow, I can tell. That's what happens when you take a break for 2 weeks and go surfing. Huh? You don't feel this? Get that butt down. Whew. Right side. Last one each time. Each side. try to sit your butt down. Yeah. Get that right butt cheek down onto that imaginary chair. That's really gonna be the thing that gets you. And then when you push off, drive through your entire foot as you come up. Control each individual part of your body when you're doing it. That's the important part. Here we go. Left side. Oh, hammies. Whew. All right. Okay, so take our rest right here, shake it out. If you notice, I don't do water in between. I'm trying to keep the fire in. You're more than welcome to do water in between. What I would suggest if you're doing water, it's when we're doing our 1 minute rest. If you're gonna do water. So for round 3, we have our high knees, in which we're just gonna go high knees right here for 20 seconds. Really try with your high knees to just get your heart rate up. Right, high knees, and you're gonna alternate that with our rocker push, which you know and love. So we're gonna come back over here and rock into from child pose, rock forward. Remember that tuck ribs I told you about? Tuck those ribs down and then press through those elbows coming into your sides and then come back up. Option is to come off the ground and do that push. Really focus on tucking those ribs, get that nice hollow body and push. Here we go, high knees, go. Notice I didn't really get a rest because I was instructing. And time. Get that rocker push. Oh yeah, my hamstrings. Feeling those. So, child's pose, push. If you're feeling really motivated, you can hover your knees in your child's pose versus having them on the ground. And time. Woo! 1 down. Here we go. High knees, go. These should just be here to get your heart rate up. You want to get those high knees so that you can increase your heart rate, keep your heart rate up. This is all for that cardiovascular. And also, so that way you don't have to do 8 rounds of pushes. Because trust me, you don't want to do 8 rounds of pushes. It's hard. Here we go. Elbows tucked in, child's pose, push. Keep that round. Tuck those ribs in. Pressing the earth away from you. And time. Back to high knees. Keeping that heart rate up. Yeah. You can do jumping jacks. You can do any cardiovascular exercise to keep your heart rate up on this one. And time. Dropping it down. Rocker. Here we go. Elbow pits facing forward. Focus on pressing the earth away from you. Keep the same pace that you've been doing. Almost there. And time. Last round. Maybe actually not the last round, huh? I think this is 3. And time. Dropping it down. And time. Oh, yeah, that was the last one. I'll take that recovery. So, on this round, we're gonna do our up downs. So, right leg up, right leg down, right leg up, right leg down. 20 seconds on the right side, 20 seconds on the left side. Left leg up, left leg down. I know, not really the most entertaining exercise, however, a really good one. For that booty, we want that booty. All right, I need some heavier weights to get my butt to grow. I'm all chest. I'm titty, not booty. Me personally, not my preferences. Just I have a massive chest and I don't have a massive booty. Here we go. Right leg down and right leg up. Here we go. Up. Hands can go up on top of your heads. Hand can go in fighter. Hands can go on your sides. Either is fine. Really drive through that front heel as you step all the way up. And time. Totally fine to rest on your knees. Breathe into it. Left side and go. And time. Left side, right side now. Here we go. I almost switched on accident. Whoops. Hard to keep it up. Really press through those heels. Drive it up. Get that booty moving. We got one more round after this. One more exercise rather. After this set here. Doing so good. Up. And time. Oh, man, feeling it. Right side again. And go. Driving it through, keeping that heart rate up, driving, pressing through that front heel all the way up. We have the tendency to just finish here, stand all the way up. Try to keep the same number that you've been doing. Time. Switching sides. Driving all the way through. You got one more each side after this. Keep up the good work. Whew. These are tough. Tough to be diligent. And time. Good breaths. Go ahead and make that sound. Right side, here we go. And up. Keep that core nice and tight. Remove those ribs. That was a weird one. And time. Left side. Take those breaths. Keep up the good work. Tuck those ribs in, get that core nice and tight, and exercise. And time. Good work. Okay, last round, our lightning round. Not really. We're gonna do our twist. So we're alternate our twist with our hang. So bringing your knees off the ground in our frog position, rotate, pushing this foot onto the ground, kick that leg out and to the other side. Yeah, so we're going twist each side, 20 seconds on that. And then we're gonna go 20 seconds where we're just hanging. When you're hanging, remember those ribs, right? Tuck those ribs in, reach those arms out. Try to pack your shoulders in. Your shoulders will have the tendency to come out of socket when you're doing your hang. Pack your shoulders in, tuck those ribs in. Really hold in a strong hold when you're doing the hang. Whew. All right. Good last round coming up. Here we go. Twist and go. Tuck that core in right here. That core nice and tight on this whole exercise. This is as much of a core exercise as it is a push, as it is a twist. Time. Get ready for that hang. When you're doing that hang, focus on that pack and bring those ribs down. Exercise. And time. Shake it out. Woo! Feeling good. All right, back to the twist. I know these are tough to do with the hang because they're gonna raise your heart rate and then you're gonna do the hang and you have to try to slow your heart rate down when you're in the hang so that you don't pump out. So good for you. Okay. Let's drop it back in. Get those hangs. Pop it in. Get those ribs, pack those shoulders. The shoulders like to drag down like this, pack them in. "20 seconds, not too bad, right? Here we go. Twist. All right, all right. Woo! Pack the shoulders and go. Woo! One more round. Doing so good. Good work, everybody. Almost done. Keep it up. Save the hardest for last. And time. Last one, last hang. You got this. Keep that pack. Woo! High five. Okay, we have some core still. We got 3 core today. I know, being mean, giving y'all all the things. It's a rainy day in San Francisco. Is it raining where you are? Let me know. Drop a comment down below. Don't worry, we don't have too hard of core exercises. We have, one of them's hard. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do our reach. Just clap your hands back behind your knees as you kick that leg up. Keeping that back nice and flat. Okay, so we're reaching one leg up to the sky. As you reach one leg up to the side, clap, and then coming to the other side, clap. Okay, so we got the single leg reach. Then I'm gonna turn you around. And what I want you to do on your turnaround is pop down to plank, pop up. Pop down to plank, pop up. Keeping that core nice and tight. Remember the tucking in the ribs I warned you about? Definitely go and do that, okay? Making sure that we have the core nice and tight as you come up and down in the plank press. And the last one we have is our hollow body, which is the hard one that I said. We're just gonna hold right here. This is to keep this core nice and tight. The whole purpose of this, point your toe, reach your toes out all the way out into the other side of the room. Reach your arms, pack your shoulders, and just hold right here in that hollow body for 30 seconds. I know core is not everyone's favorite, and it's definitely difficult. But I promise you, this, doing the work of the core, like exercises that I'm showing you here, will really strengthen all the other exercises that you're doing, especially the hollow body, which is a difficult one because you're holding, but it's so good for you. It'll strengthen everything else that you're doing. Okay, let's reset this timer and let's start this interval here. Here we go. Three exercises. I had someone tell me that my core exercises weren't hard enough. So making sure that I have a nice hard core exercise, reaching one leg up, point that toe, reach, try to keep the knee as straight as possible when you're doing these. Some of you are gonna have a hard time doing this. It's totally fine to bring your knees in and clap like this. Otherwise, if you can, try to keep your leg as straight as possible as you crunch and get your hands around your knees. Woo! Now we're going to go into our plank press. Press down to plank. Just alternate your arms. So right arm up, right arm down, left arm up, left arm down. Or you can do it the other way. Keeping that nice core tight, keeping that hollow body up at the top. And time. Woo! Feels good. Hollow body's coming up next. This one's gonna be tough. Point that toe and breathe. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. Keep that core tight. Breathe. I know those are hard. Whoo, hollow body, baby, hollow body. Get that core nice and tight. Okay, take a 30-second rest, and we're gonna start again. 2 rounds. Dos. Those are tough, so I'm only gonna have you do 2. We're gonna try to work up to 3 rounds. Hopefully, let's see, this is the last class in January. Hopefully by the end of February, I'm gonna do 3 rounds of 3 exercises in the core. So keep taking the class and we'll keep progressing. Okay, last set. Let's do our claps first. Here we go. And go. Point that toe. Point those toes as much as you can. Mine's not that straight, I know. All of them are. Oh boy. 2 weeks vacation, 2 weeks vacation. And plank. This is actually probably the easier one, easier in quotation marks. Keep that hollow body. You can always just hold plank. If you're feeling the burn, you can hold and push up plank, or you can hold and plank down here. Both are totally fine to do. And time. Last one. Hollow body. Well, I'm going to try to keep it for the whole time. Point that toe, breathe. Bend your knees if you need to, and then kick out. Don't come all the way down. We got this. Oh. Woo! High five. Digital high five. Okay, so now here's what I want to do. We're going to do our core, now that we're done with our core, I want to do our stretches, and we're going to end in Shavasana. So it's very important that we end in Shavasana because we want to make sure that we get our bodies back into our parasympathetic system. So let's start off with our lunge exercise here. Press through, push through that back foot, that back heel, really drive that back heel back as you push that front heel forward. So what's happening is you have these legs going this way and those legs going this way. So you're gonna open your hip flexor. Yeah.
How many legs do we have?
4.
Oh my God.
Okay. Pressing through, press that back heel back and drive through that front knee forward. Breathe into it. And then let's bring that back knee down and point your toe. Open up those hips. And if you notice, my back is not flat on this. That's okay if your back is not flat. Try to straighten out as much as possible. So what I do is I come into this position, and then as I'm in this position, I try to unround myself. Now pull your toe towards your shin and feel how that is a little different. Now let's shift forward and grab that back foot. Woo! Oh, open up those hips. How are those hip flexors? Feeling it from the exercise, hopefully. Breathe. Unwind yourself. Let's switch sides. Bring that front foot forward. And as you bring that front foot forward, press up and press that back heel back as you reach your front knee forward and open up. Breathe into this. Bring that back knee down, pull that toe towards that shin as you open up your hips, open up your hamstrings. Pull that toe towards towards your shins, and let's open up those hamstrings as well. Shift that weight forward, grab that back foot, and open it up. Breathe. How's those hip flexors? How's your quads? They should feel it here. It's okay. Breathe into it. This is where anger is stored. Breathe. Unwind yourself. Let's go into my least favorite stretch, but the one that's so good for you, our frog. Open up your hips. Breathe in here. Squeeze the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now open up a little farther. Breathe into this. Get familiar with this new position. Let those hips fall open. Okay, squeeze the ground again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now open up again. See if you can open up a little bit more and relax into this position right here. Breathe. One more squeeze. Here we go. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now open again. Oh yeah. Unwind your hip. Oh my God. Feeling those hip flexors, or sorry, the adductors rather. Now, if you have a coffee table or a box or even a chair, this is one that will be really good for you here. We are just going to open up those lats here, and just the same thing what we were talking about before at the beginning of this class. We want to take those ribs and tuck those ribs in as you open up and reach your arms out in front of you. So tuck your ribs in and reach your arms out in front of you. Straighten your elbows. Reach, reach, reach. Feel your lats. Same thing as we were doing with our frog. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax your ribs and let it open. Relax those ribs and let the whole thing open. Do you feel your shoulder completely open now? Keeping those elbows straight. Now, from here, tuck your ribs again. Tuck your ribs and reach those arms out in front of you. Really reach. Tucking those ribs and then reach. Try to straighten your elbows as much as possible. Reach, 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 reach. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax into it. Feel your shoulders open a little more. Oh boy. Whew. That's one I've been doing every morning before my handstands. And I will say the shoulders really get a lot more open when you do those ones. Now let's go into our chest stretch, which is our scorpion. Come into our 90-90 degree right here and press as you open up your hips and open right here. Breathe. Breathe into that. All right. Almost done with our workout. Doing so good, everybody. Open up that chest. Switch sides in this scorpion. Really open up the chest. Breathe. Okay, unwind yourself. Let's do a quick wrist stretch. We've been doing a lot with our wrists, and I don't typically do as much as I want in the wrist stretch department. Flip your hands out this way, and let's kind of get our hands facing the opposite direction and kind of just get those wrists going. Now, when you're doing this, keeping the every digit on the ground, what I want you to do is kind of go into a little circle. Feel your forearms kind of loosen up a little bit. And change directions. Now, flip your hands so that your fingers are facing the same direction, but your wrists are facing out towards me. I mean, that's given that if your camera's right in front, or your whatever platform you're using to view this is right in front of you. So keep those wrists like this. Now, here's a fun one. As you're right here, right by your knees, press your knees out. Press your knees out so that it rotates into your thumbs, and feel that stretch a little more. I like this one a lot. It gets like right into that upper, like the middle section of your forearm, this meat right here. You'll get right in that section of your forearm, which I really love, especially when you're doing those hangs. Now shake out those wrists, and let's come down onto the ground. Grab your knees. Give yourself a little hug. Grab one knee, and then let's rotate to the other side. And let's come back into the center. Grab that knee, grab the other opposite knee, rotate, and open. Oh, yeah. Breathe into that. Alexa, pause. And then let's go into our corpse pose. Palms up. 10 deep breaths right here. Reset yourself. Get your parasympathetic system back on. Melt yourself into the ground. One more big deep breath. Inflate your lungs all the way up and exhale. All the air out. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Slowly make your way back up. Thank you for attending class. Thank you for coming. Grateful to have this class to come back to. It's really great to inspire me to do a workout, but hopefully it's inspired you to do a workout. And if you could do me a huge favor, drop a comment in this video when it posts, give it a thumbs up, so that way I can be improved on my YouTube ratings. That'd be awesome. Also, if you know anybody else that could benefit from this class, I'm gonna try to focus the class a little bit more on basically climbing exercises coming forward, mainly because that's what I'm training for. But if there are exercises, there are things that you want to work on, it's really easy. All you do is drop me a line, write a comment. Hey, can you do more of this in the next class, and then I'll do more of that in the next class, and hopefully you'll be able to be there to use it. If you're using this as a resource after the fact, great, thank you so much. Please, again, drop me a comment so that way I can see that you're using this. I also really appreciate, you know, photos of progress, or just any interaction is great. I love it. I love hearing from you guys. It puts a little bit of cheer in my day when I hear from you. So I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming to class. Thanks for attending, and I hope you have found this class as useful as I have. I will see you next Thursday. We're going to be back on for Thursdays at 9 a.m. If there is anything else, we're going to be back on for Thursday at 9 a.m. So if there's anything else, feel free to message me. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next week. Not bad.
Yeah.
Had